Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and I wish all the fathers and dads out there a happy Father's Day. Yep, today's Father's Day, and so in today's movie review, since I'm reviewing a movie on Father's Day, since I actually got to see this new movie with my dad and Uncle Charles last night, and of course it came out last Friday on the 16th. And that's going to be on the new DC superhero film, The Flash. Yep, these are all three tickets here for me, Dad, and Uncle Charles when we went to see this movie last night at Fox Gold Coast. All three tickets for me, Dad, and Uncle Charles. And yep, yeah, last night we all saw it at Fox Gold Coast. And so in this movie, The Flash is the new installment of the DCEU, or should I say, since it's gonna be turned into there's gonna be a new DC universe coming. So, but for now, we're just gonna talk about The Flash, and so The Flash is directed by the same guy who worked on the It films, It Chapters 1 and 2, and so in this movie, worlds collide when the Flash uses his superpowers to travel back in time to change the events of the past. However, when his attempt to save his family inadvertently alters the future, he becomes trapped in a reality with which General Zod has returned, threatening inhibition with no other superheroes to turn to. The Flash looks to coax a very different Batman out of retirement and rescue an imprisoned Kryptonian, like an imprisoned Supergirl, and not the one, albeit not the one he's looking for. And so, Barry Allen, the Flash, has to do whatever he can to try and fix everything. And yeah, we got ourselves a Flash movie in the DC universe. Yeah, or should I say DCU, but whatever. So. Like I said, last night, me, Dad, and Uncle Charles went to see this movie together. My Uncle Charles was really looking forward to checking this movie out at Fox Gold Coast, and yeah, these are our tickets, like I showed you. And when we went to see The Flash, I also got this really cool soda cup. It's got The Flash, the Michael Keaton Batman, and of course Supergirl. And the cup topper I chose was actually the one with Batman on it. Very cool. So how does the movie play out? I think the movie actually ended up, my Uncle Charles, as we were walking out of this film, my Uncle Charles really loved The Flash. He really enjoyed this movie. As for me, I really liked it too. Since this movie came out the same day as the Pixar film Elemental, I will admit, I gotta say, I enjoyed The Flash a lot more than Elemental. Since I gave Elemental 3.5 out of 5, I would say I enjoyed The Flash a little bit more. Yeah. And it's and I gotta say, the way that the visual effects are handled, the visual effects I thought were pretty stunning, as well as the music score, and it's and I gotta say, the director of this film, the same director who worked on the It films, I gotta say, his direction was actually pretty solid. And while the story and concept does get a little repetitive and a little boring, while at the same time predictable or something, maybe it's not really predictable or anything, but I know that that's what some people have problems with this film. It's maybe the story and concept is a little weak or something. And even some people out there even had problems with the third act, which I'm not going to spoil the third act. But for me, I'm kind of so on the third act, which I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything. And what probably definitely the show stealer and the best part about The Flash is definitely Michael Keaton's Batman, because Michael Keaton, I thought he did great as Batman once again, and just like in the trailers, Ben Affleck was in the film too, and Michael Shannon I thought did really good as General Zod. And as for the main actor who plays Barry Allen, the Flash, Ezra Miller, I mean, their performance in this movie was actually good for if we disregard the Ezra Miller scandal which occurred in 2022 last year, because keep in mind, guys, principal photography and filming for this movie, The Flash, actually took place in 2021, because this movie was actually shot in 2021, just a year before Ezra Miller got blacklisted and for all the disturbing things he did back in of course he was exposed in 2022. And I mean, his movies and performances are still not that bad, of course. His movies that Ezra Miller was in was actually they were actually like pretty good for the most part. Like the other DCEU films that Ezra Miller was in as the Flash. And even though he is a bad person, don't get me wrong, he is a bad person. I will admit that. But his performances in his movies that he was in was actually like he's still pretty enjoyable as the Flash in the DCU films. And I know I know. Oh yeah, I always keep mistaking Ezra Miller for like his pronouns they and them. Silly me. But their performances were they were also in the Fantastic Beasts films, but I pretty much prefer to Ezra Miller as the Flash. And yeah, please excuse my mispronouncing like Ezra Miller's pronouns they and them. But yeah. But yeah, no need to get over the top about that. So, and I think this movie, The Flash, is pretty much going to be Ezra Miller's final movie, because there might be at some point they might recast Ezra Miller for another actor to play the Flash or something like that. But I don't know. It's just it's very complicated to talk about, and it's like and my parents said I'm not supposed to like talk about those kinds of subjects and topics like all the time on social media and the internet, because it's a long story. So anyway, as for this movie, the movie itself was actually pretty fun, including my Uncle Charles loved it, because it's pretty much almost like one of those like Spider-Man No Way Home vibes, where it's almost like one of those like Spider-Man No Way Home vibes, or something like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, where it's like there's actually two Batman actors that were in this film, like Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck, and yeah. And yes, and there is an after credits scene as well, because I actually stayed for the after credits scene, which I'm not gonna I'm not gonna give it away. So, and I gotta say, I actually enjoyed The Flash a lot more than Shazam: Fury of the Gods. I mean, Shazam: Fury of the Gods, I thought was decent. I mean, I thought it was good. I mean, not as good as the original, not as good as the first Shazam, but it was still a pretty decent, fun enough sequel to Shazam. But I gotta say, The Flash, I can say was better. Yeah. And yeah, the previews I got in front of The Flash are Haunted Mansion, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, and Meg 2: The Trench, a Max commercial, the streaming service commercial featuring Jason Momoa, as well as Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle is actually going to be a new DC movie. And yeah, I was glad. I was lucky. I got to get this soda cup with a Batman topper on it. Yeah. And yeah, this is kind of, and I know this movie is pretty much not going to be like one of the best movies ever or something. It's not one of my all-time favorite movies of 2023, that's for sure. But it was still a fun enough superhero film in the DC universe. And despite the Ezra Miller scandal, their performance was not bad for the film. That doesn't mean the film ended up being very bad, because I actually like really enjoyed this movie. I liked it. My Uncle Charles liked it, and my dad liked it too. So yeah. So overall, aside from all that, The Flash was a great movie, and I'm gonna give The Flash 4 stars out of 5. And if you haven't seen The Flash yet, and if you just want to stay out of the controversy scandal against Ezra Miller, then I recommend checking out The Flash. But if you are a Pixar fan and if you want to go see the new movie Elemental, then feel free to go see Elemental, because I liked Elemental, and yeah, because since I am a Pixar fan, but yeah, since both movies are pretty much going to compete each other this Father's Day weekend, but whatever. So there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on The Flash. And that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, have a great Father's Day, and goodbye everybody, and that's about it.